What's up, and welcome to episode number 12 of Not Your Grandfather's Vlog. My name is Josh Cannon. This week I wanted to talk about people who live double lives and about how pretty much every single person in your life is probably leading a double life. Maybe you yourself right now are leading a double life. And what do I mean by double life? I mean, you're putting out the appearance that you're doing one thing for most people, but secretly there's something that you're doing that not many people know about, or a completely different community of people know about that aren't your mainstream community of friends that you hang out with. Now, I will admittedly say I grew up in a very sheltered kind of environment when I was a kid. My parents took me to church. I went to a private school, which also had church every Thursday. And I really wasn't around drugs and affairs, and my parents are still married, so I guess I didn't go through a lot of the typical stuff that a public school kid would have went through. That all changed when I graduated, though, and started kind of going out on my own and meeting people that weren't in my tiny little inner circle of my little privileged private school, which, by the way, if I could go back, I definitely would have went to a public school. I felt stifled at that school that I went to from day one there. I felt so restricted, and even though I didn't know anything else, I knew that that was not the right way to go. Conforming everybody into this neat little straight line and everybody having to pretty much do the same thing and pursue the same paths was not for me, and that's why I almost got expelled multiple times there. But I just don't understand, or I guess I should say I never thought that I would run into the people that have done some of the things that I've been friends with people who have done. That sentence was really good, I know. For example, I never thought I would know anybody who shot up heroin. Now I can honestly say I know about 3 or 4 people who do that. And they probably don't want me to know about it, but I found out. And I know it's true. Trust me. I wouldn't make an accusation like that unless I had some strong basis in belief that it's true. I never thought that I would have friends like that or know people like that. What does that like that mean? Well, that's the secret part. That's why people want it to be secret. Because these are societal taboos. And probably for good reason when it comes to hardcore drugs. I don't know, man. You know, you meet someone who comes across so normal. I'm going to throw that word out. I know that normal is very subjective to your own experiences, but in my world, normal meant not shooting up heroin. So, you know, this one person I knew, I was very close to, and I had to basically force it out of them before they finally told me. And then, like, once you really start kind of getting the trust of these people who do this stuff, and they know that you're not going to stop hanging out with them just because they do that, they really let you into that world as far as telling you about what it's like, and you get kind of a first-hand education of these experiences, and it's literally one of those drugs that so many people do that you would have never known, that you have never guessed. And it's just so common now, especially from what I've heard, is that prescription pills have gotten so expensive and so hard to come by. Street heroin is just cheaper and easier and accomplishes essentially the same goal. And it's just like, that cute girl you see, she's got the tattoos and the, you know, scenes like a scene girl or whatever. She could potentially be using heroin and you would never know about it. I'm not saying people with tattoos do drugs, okay? I'm just saying personal experience I had. Person happened to have tattoos. Not naming any names, just saying. Known other people. Some people have gotten clean. Some people are still on it. And honestly, I fear for their fucking lives. And it's really a sad road. And it's really one of those things that once you open up that Pandora's box. You can never close it. These people, even in the back of their mind, are always going to be slaves to this drug to a certain extent. I've dated people who were in my bathroom crushing up pills and snorting them, and I had no idea. Because that's how good they were at leading that double life. I've had other friends who were prostitutes, and I had no idea. They were sleeping with men for money, and they just were able to pull it off so beautifully that I never knew to the slightest. Now, the funny thing about people who live double lives is they have what they actually do, and then they have what they want you to perceive them as. They're two separate things. So, say, I have a friend who, say, well, not anymore, but at the time, say this person was a prostitute. So that life would be over here in left field. They wouldn't want me to ever know about that. But when they would actually talk to me, they still portrayed themselves to be the same person that I always knew them as, even though obviously they were drastically different if they're doing these kind of things. And I would want to know so I could intervene and be like, look, you need some help. This isn't the right way to live, And anybody who wants to argue that prostitution and shooting up heroin is like okay and I'm being super judgmental right now, you can go fuck yourself, okay? Because that is not the road to success. Let me tell you, that's called a fucking dark place. That's called near rock bottom. All right, that is not, oh, this is what I'm choosing to do with my life, don't judge me, bro. No, that's some shit went down, did not go as according to plan, so you're resorting to this shit. I've known people who've done that. And when I found out, it blew my fucking mind wide open, because I literally was like the naive little private school boy who was like, they were doing what? What? And it's the double life that they led, I would have never had any idea. Episode number 9 or 10. No, episode number 10 of the Overstimulation Station, my channel, I profile webcam girls. There are people out there right now that you have no idea who are doing shit on a webcam for money by creepy old men. They're getting paid for it. There's a reason why they're not telling you. Because they're not exactly proud of it. And I mean, it doesn't stop there. I mean, obviously the most common form of a double life would be cheating if you're a cheater. Cheaters live a double life. They have the life that they're portraying to their wife or girlfriend or husband or boyfriend. And then they have their cheating life. And they know that it's two separate things, and they know it's wrong. It's not as bad as drugs to where you can go so down the rabbit hole that you start to lose track of is even wrong what I'm doing. I mean, it's making me feel better, and all the justifications. I used to justify. I was hitting the alcohol pretty hard there for a while. I didn't think I had a problem. Still kind of don't. But that's besides the point. Cheaters live double lives, and that's something that all of us have done at least once. Well, maybe not, but, I mean, big majority of us have. Gamblers. Someone very close to me and my family has done that. Those stupid scratch-off tickets you can buy from the gas station. Blowing hundreds of dollars on those things. Not winning back any of your money. Not telling anybody about it, keeping it secret. Pedophiles. That private school I was telling you about. The Maine president back in the 1980s and 1990s. Child molester. One of the Spanish teachers. Looked up child porn. But they were going into class every day. They were going into church every day, portraying this picture of normalcy and the status quo. Meanwhile, they were getting their jollies from little kids. I mean, that's the interesting part of a person to me. That's the part that I want to know about rather than all the fake bullshit that they present me with on the surface. Because that's who you really are. to a certain extent. I mean, a lot of these are addictions and problems, and I'm not saying I want to know a pedophile or get to know him or whatever, but I'm saying the lesser shit. You know, that's why that whole suburban nuclear family, mom, dad, kid, you know, in the bucolic suburban neighborhood who has cookouts on the 4th of July and the, you know, just the, you know, perfect American family. I grew up with a lot of that because a lot of my friends' families portrayed that. But underneath the surface, ever so thinly veiled underneath the surface, there was all kinds of fucked up shit going on, and we had no idea. That's the interesting stuff to me. That's what I really like knowing about. What are you really doing, you soccer mom that judges people for having tattoos or piercings, or judges people for being a Democrat, yet you're secretly an alcoholic? You have your 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 glasses of wine every night, and you think, oh, it's cool, it's just a little wine to unwind, but you can't do without it? Or the dad who is secretly fucking some prostitute after work before he returns home to his kids? This shit happens, man! I thought it was in movies, but it's not! It happens every day! Right next door to you! Right under your nose! It's happening! I swear, anybody in your life, they've got some shit, man. They've got some kind of secret. They have something that they do that they don't want anybody else to know about. Except for me, you know, completely transparent with you people. There's nothing that I do that you guys don't already know about. I'm just kidding. There's a bunch of things. Oh. But just food for thought. Something I thought would be interesting to talk about and for you to think about. This video is kind of tiding you over until I release my next full-on episode of the Overstimulation Station. What is it about, you may ask? I'm not going to tell you. It's a surprise. But it's video game related, so if you don't like video games, prepare to be slightly disappointed. Though you should still watch it because it's very entertaining. I'm about to go to my karaoke gig at the Boot Rack tonight. Great place, awesome people. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend. Make sure you check out my podcast with my friend Mike called Uncovering Unsolved Mysteries. If you like the show Unsolved Mysteries, you'll love this. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Everybody have a really safe night and rest of your week. Goodbye.